and that threat in Burlington County has now expired. We are now looking into what I believe is Ocean County with this tornado. At last report, moving the tornado warning, this was moving 45 miles an hour to the east. So now we're getting into the area of almost shore towns at this point. I'm no weather expert. That's Lauren's position right there. I don't know what happens, Lauren, if this continues out to sea. I mean, if it continues on this track, what happens then? Is that a thing?
I mean, it's definitely, it's a possibility. Really, the main component is going to be that thunderstorm, that rotating thunderstorm that could be producing this tornado that we're concerned about with this tornado warning that is in effect for Ocean and a small portion of Monmouth counties for about the next 20 minutes or so. So we do have the time tracker on here. Woodare Estates looking at about 10:55 and Jackson 11 o'clock for the timing of the severe thunderstorm that could be producing tornadic activity. Just checking in on the National Weather Service storm reports. I do have some trees uprooted and down trees being reported in the Tacony area, also in Mount Laurel, where we did see some of the stronger activity. This tornado warning popped up actually not too far from Mount Laurel. The Jacksonville area is where the tornado warning began when it was first issued for Burlington County at 10:22 earlier this evening. So we do have some reports of some downed trees. We keep emphasizing the fact that even if we're not dealing with a tornado, still damaging winds are a possibility and a likelihood within this severe thunderstorm. And that continues to move east across South Jersey at this hour. And Alex, you made a good point of the lightning strike and how careful you just really do have to be around lightning. Now, you know, people use that as a metaphor, like lightning striking, like it's such a rarity. And it is a rarity for most people. Is it going to happen to you? You know, the likelihood is not. But it could happen to you. And it does happen to people, so you don't want to take the chance. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, we always are very careful when we're out in those live trucks and, you know, we have our satellite dish up or we have the mast in the air. I mean, that could be a lightning rod right there. So we make sure that's never the case in any kind of severe weather. But we are dealing with severe weather all throughout the region. The focus, again, right now on the south central New Jersey areas here, mainly at this point, Ocean County, where a tornado warning is still in effect, not a watch. A watch is essentially looking out for any kind of tornadic activity because the conditions could lead to that. But a warning does indicate that the severe weather is imminent in this area, and it just kind of depends on how and where that takes place and develops. So we're moving into, we're at Jackson right now. It looks like at the center of this warning. It's interesting to me, Lauren, how it kind of takes a different shape there, this red outlined area. But that is the area where if you know anybody who lives there and who needs to be informed of heading to a safe place, please do let them know. That's our job here, is to make sure that people know what is happening around them, and that is what we're trying to do.
Absolutely, yeah. And the polygon, it does take shape because the National Weather Service is trying to really focus in on the specific areas that are under that specific threat for possible tornadic activity. They don't want to overwarn people or warn people, you know, outside of the area of main concern because they don't want to initiate warning fatigue. So when you hear a warning and you're like, oh yeah, I hear a warning all the time. So that's one of the care they take in issuing these tornado warnings, is they look at it from all angles. So, but we do have this tornado warning. It has been extended. It was first issued in Burlington County, has now been stretched out into Ocean and Monmouth counties. Oh, and it was just dropped. So that is good news. So no longer likely seeing rotation within, or enough rotation or strong enough rotation within the severe thunderstorm to warrant a tornado warning. It has been allowed to expand.